Welcome back to Margaritas in Paradise. Hey, I keep getting a lot of questions concerning budgeting and how much money you need to have to come to Thailand. And now I'm talking about retirement. I mean, if you're going to move here to live here, so I'm going to go over a realistic budget. We're going to break it down in 2 points. The 1 point, let's just call it survival mode. All right, and the second point is just going to be a comfortable lifestyle mode, something similar to what I have. This may even extend a little bit higher, but it's going to give you a good idea, some real numbers that you can break down and make sure that you can afford coming here. All right, so as I've told you many times before, you don't want to come here broke, right? And you already know how you become a millionaire here, right? Now, I want to give you a little bit of clarity here as well. So if you're in a position that, say, you can go ahead and knock out a few things that would save you money over the course of time, that would be ideal. Now, I'm not recommending to anybody to come here and buy a condo, for instance, okay? But I can tell you that I was here for a certain period of time. Eventually, I ended up buying a condo. When it comes to budgeting is concerned, I don't have those expenses that a condo or your accommodations would come up within your budget. But I have other things, but they're smaller than what most people would have when it comes to accommodations. Now, another thing would be something like a motorbike or for transportation or a car or something like that. Of course, I have those type things. I already bought them ahead of time. So those are not my normal things that I have to put into my budget. Now, on the other hand, I do have my annual costs for those items as well, whether my accommodation, my HOA fees, and maintenance costs here for my accommodations. I have the registrations on my vehicles, insurance, that type of stuff on my vehicles as well. And then annual maintenance or not even annual, maybe monthly or quarterly maintenance. Whenever it's due, I have that type of things that I have to take into consideration on my budget. And so those are things that I just want to point out so you know ahead of time. And then the last thing I want to mention before I get going on this here is there's many times when I will pay for something by the year in an effort to save some money throughout the year, okay? And I'll point those things out as I'm talking about them as well. So the first thing that you have to think about is how much money is it going to take for you to survive? What is your level of coming to Thailand, to living in the tropics, to living in Pattaya specifically? What is your level? What do you need to survive? Okay, are you going to be at the survival mode? Or are you going to be at the comfort mode? And beyond that is unlimited. All right, so what is your level of comfort for your retirement years when you're here living your life in Thailand? So the first thing we're going to talk about is rent, your accommodations, and what you can expect. There is a wide range of accommodation levels here. So I have a friend of mine that recently moved into a new condoplex. It's not too far away from here, and he's paying 6,000 baht a month. Now, he does have a swimming pool, but he doesn't have an elevator. He's on the second floor. It's only a 3-floor building. All right, but he's right on Nakula Road, so he's got access to just a ton of markets in the general area. He has convenience stores. He's on the Bot Bus route. But he does have a little bit of street noise, that sort of thing. But at nighttime, there's no street noise. There's no really bars in his area either. So, but he's really close to everything. He can walk to, let's say he wanted to go to the bar or something like that. He could walk there in 5 to 10 minutes. he found a good place that suits him, and it's very doable. And you can find places around here. I was looking at a place downstairs, or on my bulletin board downstairs. They still have a place for rent for 8,000 baht a month in my building. A place like I live in right now, I'll tell you what, if I was going to rent out my room, it would be a minimum of 15,000 baht a month, a minimum. So you're just going to have to kind of look around. There's all kinds of places available. And I judge what's available at whether you're living by the ocean or way in town. I'm going to put at survival mode, okay, which includes electricity, which he hopes on government rate. It's also going to include water, those type things there. More than likely, it's probably going to include a basic line cable TV. So I'm looking at 10,000 baht a month for your accommodations. Now it could be cheaper than that, okay? Like my buddy, he's only paying 6,000 baht a month. So you could really knock off some money right there. But if you want to live like I do, okay, and you have a great sea view and have a really nice place and that type of thing there at a comfort level, then you're talking about, I'm just going to throw this out there at 18,000 baht a month. All right. Now, once you jump into the 20,000 and up, I don't think your budget at that point is, well, I think you're in kind of the unlimited budget, unless you just have, if you have $5,000 a month to spend, that's one thing. But if you have, let's say, 2,500 to 3,000 or something like that, then you're going to have to set a stricter budget versus somebody that has a lot more money. Make sure that you give me a big thumbs up, that you're hitting that subscribe button. Now, I want to talk a little bit about living expenses. So what are our normal living expenses? Food costs. How well are you going to eat? If you're going to eat Thai food every day on the street food markets and things like that, you're going to live very cheaply. Okay, you're going to be able to survive on a very low-end budget. But if your food levels are going to include the occasional pizza or stopping by McDonald's or things like that, then the prices are going to go up. All right, so somebody in basic survival mode, okay, I'm going to allow them a budget of 400 baht a day, okay, and this is based on a 30-day month, so it's going to be 12,000 baht a month. Is that doable? Definitely doable. There's no doubt about it. I've done it many, many times. When we're looking at the comfortable level budget, all right, now I'm giving them a budget of 800 baht a day or 24,000 baht a month. That's a significant sum of money when you're considering how much maybe you have available per month. One of the things that I always think about, you want to live life healthy, you want to stay engaged, you want to get out and do things while you're here. And I think that fitness is a big thing. I have guys telling me all the time, I need to walk more. A gym membership may be something that maybe you want to look into. Now, a lot of these condos and accommodation complexes, that type of thing there, have gyms. Somebody in survival mode, I would say that they can't afford a gym membership. But if their accommodations has a gym, that's a big thumbs up. Then they have to take advantage of going out and walking or jogging or things like that. At survival level, it's free, all right? And for comfort level, you may look at one of the state-of-the-art type fitness facilities that we have right here. Tara Grand Mirage, right down the road from me, they have a fitness facility. I think they spend approximately $1,000 a year membership there. I was just looking online for Elite Fitness here, which is another fantastic facility. Membership there it's like $600 a year. Now, getting back into what I mentioned earlier, if you're able to pay for something by the year, you're going to have a significant savings. You can expect your gym membership to cost approximately 1,410 baht a month, all right, if you're going with the annual plan. Now, visas are going to be pretty close to the same you want to talk to a visa agent. They'll give you the different options of the different visas that are available. Most of us are going to be after a retirement visa, but there's other options as well that'll cost more, but you have to have more money available. So I'm only going to talk about the retirement visas in general because it's going to keep you in a certain price range that most people can afford. The visa agent's going to give you all your options. Some guys have a hard time coming up with the money in the bank, and the visa agent has options for that as well. I'm just going to say it's going to cost you 1,250 baht a month for your visa. Now that's something else that you're going to do annually. All right, so as far as the visas are concerned, if you are doing it yourself, if you're doing all the footwork yourself and you don't need the assistance of an agent, I think it's going to cost you approximately 5,000 baht for the year. So that's going to be both for survival and comfortable level. Okay, other things that I included was your haircut. Now, I just went by a place on Soy Bacow the other day. It was 100 baht for a haircut. Now, it normally costs me 150 baht, and I'm sure it costs more depending on where you go all over town. And you can look around, and if you're really thinking about it and you have a set of trimmers at home that you want to bring with you, you can do it yourself. / data plan. All right. So your phone's very cheap. And if you buy it by the year, again, it's even cheaper. In survival mode, you're looking at about 250 baht a month if you went by the year plan. And that's for unlimited data. Now, if you're going to need to call somebody back wherever you're from, you're going to have to add a load to it if you're going to use a traditional landline. If you're going to use like WhatsApp or Messenger or whatever and doing video chat, your Wi-Fi, that type of stuff there, it's going to be free, all right? And that's what I do. So if you're going to call me, make sure you call me on WhatsApp. On the comfort level, there's a chance that you're going to have your phone service, and then you're going to have maybe a data line, having Wi-Fi in your accommodations. Looking at the number one survival mode, I think you could just open up your hotspot on your phone and use the Wi-Fi from your phone to watch, let's say you had Netflix or Android box or just communicating on your phone or a tablet or computer or something like that. You could just use the hotspot from the phone, okay? But in the comfortable mode, you may have Wi-Fi set up in your accommodations. And that you can also get, and it's going to cost you about $150 a year or 300 baht a month. And then the last item are going to be like snacks. You're going to be out walking and you want to stop in and get a bottle of water or a Snickers bar, you know, or whatever. And there's going to be times when you're going to just feel the urge or the craving to have something like that. And so I included this in both budget. All right. So snacks, 500 baht a month in survival mode. In the comfortable mode, I put 2,500 baht a month. All right. So there's going to be times when things happen and you're going to want a coffee or you're going to want something extra. So the totals for your living expenses, okay, so survival modes total is going to be 14,100 baht a month. Number 2 level, the comfort level, it's going to be 29,810 baht a month. Now the next level is going to be insurance. And you're going to have to kind of look around. There's a lot of guys that use Safety Wing, for instance, and I'll put a link in the description below for that. Now, the thing to remember is if you're 30 to 40 years old, your insurance is going to be quite a bit cheaper than, let's say, somebody like me. You just kind of have to dive in and look at these insurance companies. Once you get to be 60, you can expect prices to really start going up. And I have a friend that's 80 that's fortunate that he can still get insurance, but he's spending a lot of money on it for that insurance. So you just have to remember that and be prepared. Now, I'm not telling anybody to not have insurance. All right, whether you have insurance from back home or here, wherever it is, what you're going to have to remember is a lot of the insurance companies expect for you to pay the bill first, and then they're going to reimburse you. Okay, so does that work for everybody? No, it doesn't, because there's a lot of people that just don't have the money to go out and pay for a million baht heart procedure or something like that if they're here in Thailand. So those are the things you have to look at, and you have to check. Say your mid 50s into your 60s, that type of thing there. You're in good health. You don't have problems in the past. You don't have a heart history or high blood pressure or cholesterol problems or things like that. So we're looking at approximately $2,000 a year for your insurance policy. I can tell you that I know a lot of people here that are rolling the dice, okay? They don't have insurance. And you have to decide on what you want to do. I recommend that you have insurance. The next item is going to be transportation. How you're going to get around. I know a lot of guys that just walk everywhere, and that's a very doable thing. Many people go ahead and they find a used motorbike for sale, and you can find them for somewhere around 20 to 30,000 baht. And if you knock that out, get low insurance on it, you can get around pretty easy, pretty cheaply on something like that. That's not for everybody. Some people don't want to ride a motorbike. We have motorbike taxis available. We have bot buses available. There's Grab and Bolt taxis available, and regular taxis as well. So it's really easy to get around town. My basic survival mode budget for transportation in general, that's going to be 2,000 baht a month. And that's looking at Bolt and Grab taxis and bot bus rides, that sort of thing. If you don't use that much, that's a good thing. You can save it and put it towards a extra Twinkie or something like that. Comfort level, I'd move that up to 3,500 baht a month, and you're renting a motorbike or using Bolt and Grab taxis. You have to pay for gas. There's another big one, entertainment. Now, you've heard me talk about Warren, my buddy who lives upstairs in my building. He's in the survival mode, okay? He's in level 1 survival mode. Everybody's mentor when it comes to living that lifestyle, all right? And he does it with class the entire way. Entertainment, as a level 1, it's kind of creative entertainment, It's like Warren, he goes down and watches the sunset on the beach every day. Warren, he actually has 2 beers a day. In this budget, I'm only budgeting you for 3 beers a week. You can kind of change that up a little bit and figure out what works for you. Most accommodations are going to have a basic cable service. And even my condo, the basic service includes, I want to say it has even ESPN, and it has Fox News, and it has BBC, tons of Thai TV and movies channels and that type of stuff. I think there's even an English movie channel. Now, will all accommodations have that? No, I can't guarantee that. And that's something for you to check on when you're evaluating these different accommodations that you're going to be looking at. You have other options like an Android box. I've talked about that before. That an Android box costs you, the initial investment is going to be like 2,000 baht for the box, and then maybe 2,500 baht for a year subscription. Okay, so you're looking at, let's say $120 or maybe a little bit more a year for your first year. And after that, you've already paid for your box, so you're only going to have to pay for your annual subscription. And let's say that's 2,500 baht, say $70 a year. NFL tickets, all part of the deal for me. And I'm looking at my TV screen right now, and I have, for the Android box, my favorites, are like Fox, CNN, MSNBC. These are all news type things. I follow the RT, the Russian TV one, just to see what they're doing. History 2, Discovery, National Geographic, Fishing World, Outdoor Channel, blah, 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 and keeps going down, that type of stuff. Discovery. I have 20,167 movies available. So, the Android box is really something to check out. Touch bases with me at margaritasinparadise@gmail.com if you need to know more about an Android box. I have a buddy of mine that if you're living here in Pattaya, he'll come to your house and set one up for you. A level 2, now you're talking about a whole different thing at the comfort level. For me personally, I go out 2 or 3 nights a week, and I look at a budget approximately 7,000 baht. I would say, let's just say 5,000 baht a week for my entertainment going out. Also, at your comfort level, you probably have an Android box, or let's say you have Apple TV or Netflix, okay, or maybe a combination of that type of stuff all thrown in there. The monthly cost at a level 1 survival person, okay, it's going to be 1,200 baht a month. All right, but if you're at the comfort level mode, which is quite a bit more, it's going to be 25,000 baht a month. The survival mode, let's say he's spending $35, and the guy in the comfort mode is spending $700 a month just on entertainment. You have to find out what level you are. Or this is really the last level, and it's my emergency / miscellaneous / medical / whatever type of fund. Hopefully I don't have to use all of this money every month, but it's there in case I do. And if something else costs more, or it's a possibility I can save a little bit extra at the end of the month, that this fund kind of builds up for me. All right. You just never know what's going to happen, and you have to expect the unexpected here. For the survival mode, I'm telling you that you need 5,000 baht a month as extras. I think that you should, in all honesty, probably have 20,000 baht built up just in a general emergency fund that you keep in your safe or whatever. It's money that you don't normally touch at any given time, but it's available for you. Saving 5,000 baht is a reasonable amount. It's going to take care of all your extras, whether it's shampoo or it's shaving cream or your razors. If you have to go to the Loma Clinic, for instance, because you have a headache and a sore throat, okay, that'll take care of those type of fees. Or even if you have something like you need to have some type of maintenance done or something like that. Maintenance things are reasonably cheap here, and let's say 500 baht a shot, and you can take it out of that fund. Now, for the comfort level, I basically ended up doubling that amount and put it at 10,000 baht a month. 5,000 would probably be doable. At the comfort level, you end up doing more things. Still, in the comfort level, you need to have that 20,000 baht backup emergency fund for sure. I think you need a lot more than that, in all honesty. You need access to money in case of serious medical conditions or things like that. If you're involved in an accident and hurt somebody else or something like that, you need to have money available for that as well. So that's the kind of key that you have to think about as far as your budget's concerned. Now, this is, in my book, I sit there and watch people that lowball things all the time, and I don't like that, because I don't think people in general can survive on a minimal amount of money, unless you are literally writing down everything that you're spending money on and thinking about it all the time, which I don't think is probably healthy either. You have to be able to live on your budget. And the things that I mentioned, like entertainment, spending a lot of money on entertainment, for instance, is that important to you? We're going to total this up. Now, as I mentioned before, I'm going to give you a total that includes everything minus the insurance, and then I'm going to add the insurance. And the reason why I'm going to do that is because I know a lot of guys that don't have insurance here. If you haven't done so already, make sure you're giving me a big thumbs up and that you're hitting that subscribe button. Hit the bell right next to it for future notifications. And let's keep going. Survival mode. In survival mode, we're still under the $1,000 a month mark with no insurance, all right? We come in at 32,300 baht, approximately $953 a month, okay, without insurance. If you add the insurance to it, you're looking at 38,100 baht a month, okay, or 1,125 US dollars. That's a real budget, and my friend Warren here, he does it on $800 a month. I don't know if he has insurance or not. Anyway, Warren's a cool guy. You should meet him. All right, so we're going to move over to level 2, comfortable. Comfortable was realistic for a guy like me and a lot of my friends. And you may know people that kind of live in that lifestyle. So, and you can think about it and you can modify it, all right, when you hear this. But without insurance, we're talking about 88,310 baht a month. That is approximately $2,605 a month. That's a lot of money. And I'm going to have people saying, oh, that's too much. That's too much. Well, if you want to live like I told you, okay, and I broke everything down for you, that's what it's going to take. If you already had your condo paid for instance, okay, like me. So you can take that 18,000 baht off the top of that. There's ways to reduce your costs, all right? Or if you had a transportation, you can eliminate a lot of that as well. With insurance, all right, for level 2, comfort level, okay, with insurance, it's going to be 94,110 baht a month, which equals $2,775 a month. Is that doable for you? For some people it is, but other people, you know, they're going to have to make real changes in their life to figure out what they can survive on. Entertainment, for instance, you know, there's guys that spend a lot more money than I do. And I already told you, I spend 5,000 to 7,000 a week for entertainment, okay? And let's say I spend 7,000. That's 28,000 a month right there. Okay, and that's not including the other, having the Android box or other things that go with entertainment. You know, how many beers you're going to drink, you know, that sort of thing. Yeah, so you just kind of have to, if that's too much money, that might be an area that you have to cut down. Instead of going out 2 or 3 nights a week, maybe you can only go out once a week. And of course, if you can think of anything to add to this budget, how to make it more realistic, please put it in the comment section below. Are you ready for some football? Who's your favorite team? Put it in the comment section below. Hey, I want to put a special shout out to Joe. I saw him the other night up at the Rock Factory. Yeah, that was a good tribute band, wasn't it? All right. Okay, we'll see you later. Bye-bye.